Hello, my name is Jason McComb from Homeless Happens Helping Hands in St. Thomas, Ontario, a nonprofit organization I founded in July of 2012, actually 13 days from now. I didn't open the office until October, but I decided to do it July 28th of 2012. It's not the point. Right now I'm in Sault Ste. Marie, a little delayed. With good reason. There's never a good reason in my mind for a delay. I want to get there, and I want to get there now. Where that is, you may ask, you may not ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm on a walk all through and across Canada for homeless awareness. The reason that I'm making this video, most of the people that watch this video may already know this. Some of you maybe just getting the information on my walk now. I want to clear up this. I'm going to have this on the text message. TELUS provided this phone for me for health safety reasons, contact media and such. I guess that brings up a good point as to why I'm making this video. I'm walking across Canada, all through Canada for homeless awareness. I had to take a hiatus because of health and injuries, as well as weather. That wouldn't have mattered to me without the health and injury. Well, wouldn't have mattered to me if I wasn't told it's time to take a break. Anyway, I got an email today after I made a post on my website, homelesshappens.net. It's funny. To me, it's not funny. It's the reason I'm out here. I'm trying to get people to know the story behind stories, to know full stories, and clear up ignorance, stop stereotypes and such. The reason for this video is I guess I have to make clear that to know the story, you need to look into the story. There's stories behind every story. That's one thing that I stress out here. Stop stereotyping, stop judging, stop all of the hurtful behavior on people in hurting situations, trying to say that it could happen to anybody at any time. Whether or not it does happen or doesn't happen, we are all the same. We are all worthy. We come from parents. We all bleed red. Whether we have money or we don't have money, whether we have housing, we don't have housing, whether we have mental illness, whether we don't have mental illness, whether we have issues that we are having a really tough time getting through, whether we've conditioned to a environment, the streets, or not, we're all the same. I'm going to get to that email that prompted this video. The email says, I watched my analytics as he sent it. This person that's in the Sioux right now is homeless. My question to him would be, whose fault is it, and what has he been doing for the past several years to make something of himself, other than sitting around like most panhandlers do, begging for free money while doing nothing for themselves, and of course feeling sorry for themselves. Take a look around at the useless panhandlers that are on the street in any town begging for money, but sitting there smoking away, but too damn lazy to get off their ass and look for work or head back to school while being paid for it. I know people like that. I know people that do this exact thing and have been for years. I don't feel sorry for these so-called homeless people. I was one years ago. You were one what? So-called homeless person? But I made a choice to improve. And it's time the homeless done the same damn thing. And that goes for this guy that's walking to BC. Why hasn't he tried to improve his life and make his family and friends proud? Ignorance is bliss. That's not something that I came up with. I come up with some weird quotes, most of them true. That one, that's not mine. That's fact. Bliss removed. This guy that's walking through the Sioux and is homeless, my question to him would be, you asked me, when I speak about myself in the third party, it's awkward. But when someone's speaking to me and making me the third party, that's even more awkward. This person claims to be a firefighter. I had some research done and figured out who it was. Did reply to him. Anyway, this person that's in the Sioux right now and is homeless. My question to him would be, whose fault is it? And what has he been doing for the past several years to make something of himself? Other than sitting around like most panhandlers. Well, first off, I don't panhandle. Related to that, I discourage panhandling. I discourage giving money to panhandlers. Whose fault is it? Well, had you known the story, you would have saw whose fault it is that I was homeless, that I ended up in a homeless situation 3 years ago. That's all on the website, the one that you emailed me through. Is this a little condescending and spiteful, perhaps? It's got a bit of a tone, but that's okay. I'm enlightening you, because it's free. Enlightenment's free, honestly. You don't have to panhandle for it. Take a look around at these useless panhandlers. Begging for money, but sitting and smoking and too damn lazy to get off their ass to look for work or head back to school while being paid for it. I've spoken on that topic many times, and I'm not going to again. He doesn't feel sorry for these so-called homeless people. I've never asked anybody to feel sorry for anybody, and I really don't think any of the homeless want anybody to feel sorry for them either. They need a helping hand. Some refuse it. I only encourage a hand up, not a handout, because handouts are enabling. But I've already touched on that. But now it's been reiterated. Yeah. My question for this guy, it's walking to BC. Why hasn't he tried to improve his life? Why did I do this? Why did I found the nonprofit organization that I haven't applied for government grants for? I won't register as a charity because there will never ever be a profit made. Making a profit of providing for the less fortunate is exploitation. I've been exploited many times, even on this walk. Trying to improve his life and make his family or friends proud. There's nothing I could ever do that'll make my family proud, and that's cool. That, however, that's an individual thing. Oh, wait, individual. Keyword there, individual. I only said one word, individual. That keyword being individual. I think you get the idea. You're an individual that, well, you were homeless at one time. I'm wondering what it was that you were homeless at one time, and that has given you vast knowledge on every single thing that keeps people homeless, that makes people wind up homeless, that really it makes it very difficult to get out of that situation, the way that they're treated, and lazy. They should just get a job and go back to school that they'll get paid for. You know that money is really, it's one of the biggest reasons that homelessness exists. I'm not out just walking for, what did you call them? Lazy, begging panhandlers? I'm walking for you. I'm walking for everybody. I want to find a contingency plan in case you or anybody ever ends up homeless. I want to make sure that it's a fast exit. Something to better my life. Again, I guess you didn't read my story. You just saw that something about homeless, some guy walking to BC. My website, the one that you, or whoever logged into it for you, Jay, that's, now I'm speaking directly to the emailer. Jay is his name, not me. Jason is my name. Go back to my website. There's a link on there, extremes, measures taken, extremes that got me here, I do believe. It doesn't touch on all of my story. There's a lot of it, but my story's not important. This isn't about me. This is about the population of the world. And making people realize that everyone is worthy of a place in society, fair treatment. Stop judging. Nobody will, I mean, I'm not going to say nobody. It's human nature to judge. Imposing judgments is ignorant, not in the sense of lack of knowledge, in the degenerative vocabulary term, rude, disgusting, derogatory. Imposing your judgment. Keep your judgment to yourself. Get some insight on it. See if your judgment was correct. Stop hurting people. Everybody's got a story. There's a story behind those stories. Sometimes it's mental illness that causes homelessness. Sometimes it's a breakup. Sometimes it's some kind of tragedy. And there's many, many, many different reasons for it. And there's also many reasons that people struggle getting out of it, fall back into it. That's why I'm out here. That's why I'm walking to BC. Bettering my life. I used to have myself thrown in jail for a place to live after being kicked out of the house 6 days before Christmas. That story's on there, on my website. I'm disabled. Doesn't look like it, and that's cool. I don't even like the word. The Ontario government sent me my letter saying, Jason McComb, you have been deemed a person with a lifelong disability. I work to pay to pay the rent for my office and my donation center, that the donation's not for me, not for my office, but for the less fortunate, be it used clothing, be it used furniture, because the Ontario government has cut startup out of all the social assistance programs, and people need social assistance at times to get started. I don't charge a thing for those. Sometimes I don't have the things people need. I buy them out of the paychecks that I get for working. Thank you. And I provide them. I'm known as the Free Salvation Army to some. And that's cool. I'm not the Salvation Army. I'll never, ever, ever. I'll never amount to the wonderful things I do. But I'm doing this for you. Hopefully the audacity has left you, insight has been instilled, and the desire to get more and to start treating people fairly. Again, I understand that you were homeless at one time and now you're a much better person than everyone in the world. Why you would put somebody down, not me, that was in a position, an awful position that you claim that you were in and got out of and are now a Seneca firefighter, went to Fanshawe College, and I don't know why you would do that, but I'm out here asking people to stop doing that sort of thing and realize nobody, not anybody, is entitled to anything. Everyone is worthy of help, a place in society, understanding, and if the best way that you can treat somebody is to leave them alone and realize that there's a story behind their story, don't write that story for them. Don't let your opinions, judgments decide what that story is if you don't actually get to know that story. Just leave them alone and realize you nor anyone else is better than anyone else for any reason at all. I hope that clears a little bit up. There was a lot more that I was going to do today, but I think I'm just going to go with this for now and get it uploaded, and hopefully this hopefully the point was taken.